Welcome to Season 3 of Soccer Over Gotham, an NWSL podcast covering New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC. Hosted by Ruby Pinto and Gary Gibson. Welcome to episode 90 of Soccer Over Gotham. This is your favorite Gotham podcast. We have a great show for all of you. Gary, tell us, what do we have in this episode?
We are still on. And for the first time in NWSL club history, New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC are headed to the finals.
Yes.
San Diego, here we come. I mean, I think y'all ain't ready for us. What a match in Portland. What a battle. What a thrilling ending. Blood, sweat, tears, a lot of rain, a ton of emotion. Let's just talk about it. We got podcast updates. We got an NWSL award winner. We got the fan vote for best goal of the regular season. We got this amazing match to break down. We will preview this game against OL and explain why you should be ultra positive. Gotham brings it home. This podcast falls under the category of too much. So let's just get started. Ruby, how are you?
First of all, I got to say too much is okay right now for all of us. I love it, but I'm tired. I'm in Texas right now and for work, so been long days, but I don't care. I feel like the win Gotham had at Portland has brought me to life and made me keep going. Every time I go on Twitter, I keep watching those videos of the goal and the save from Mandy Hott. It's just amazing and just wow. We're here. I cannot believe it. It has been a long ride, but it's all been worth it. This is the first time in the 3 years that we have covered the team that we're doing a final and a playoff episode.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I am Gary, the producer of the show. I like long walks on the beach. I hate turf, and whatever the heck is going on in San Diego, that field is an embarrassment that we're heading towards. College football lines in 2023, divots everywhere. Yikes, Ruby. Did you see that field?
I did see it. It was atrocious. It was really an embarrassment because it's a semifinal game. San Diego, all rain on this field. I don't think they deserve that. And they have literally, hopefully they already fixed it. If they haven't, they have a few days to do so.
Yeah, this is true. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my friends over at the New York Red Bull Discussion Group podcast. Thank you for having me on. I enjoy so much going on other people's podcasts. It's a great way for us to grow our own audience, to be able to, our reach. And they're always good to me, and I like them a lot. And yeah, so thanks a lot to Gary, Lonray, Mark, all you guys. You guys are amazing. Thanks for letting me on. And also, shout out to Tigo Sports. I watched the match on NWSL.com in Spanish. It was funny because the announcer kept calling us Gotham City.
I know. Well, I'm glad you couldn't really understand some of the things because he was calling the players the wrong name the whole time. Like I kept shouting that's Nicewonger, that's Ryan, that's Williams. He kept saying the wrong names. Whatever. I didn't care. I was still able to watch it for free. It didn't have to go to a streaming service. So there's it's good things and bad things.
Yeah. It's good that it was free and I didn't have to sign up for anything. Yeah. Let's get some podcast updates before we get going. First, we hit 15K downloads. And I feel like we just hit 10K a couple episodes ago. So we're flying.
Yeah.
So everything is good. Thanks to everybody who invests even a minute in this podcast. Thank you. Also, we hit 500 followers on Instagram, and that's amazing.
Woo! Finally. Thank you guys for following us. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And if you don't follow us on social media, go ahead and do so. We're Soccer Over Gotham on Instagram and on Threads. If you don't have Threads, or if you have Threads and you're not following us, go ahead and follow us over there too.
Yeah, follow us on Threads. I think we're all in the same space. We're just waiting patiently for the green light to move off Twitter. But no one wants to do it on their own. It has to be a mass exodus.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be there by yourself. All right, let's get some team news, which Amoros won the NWSL Coach of the Year.
Wow. That's amazing news. And not only because he is the Gotham coach, but Juan Carlos really turned this team around. In 2022, Gotham was last, dead last on that table, horrible, like in the standings. And now they're fighting for a championship in San Diego against all rain. This will be like, it's such like a fairy tale story. It really feels like kind of like a Cinderella story for this team.
Yeah, I think that's an apt description. I think we definitely are a Cinderella team. If we do make it to the end, that's amazing. And all credit goes to Yael Averbuch. That is the short of it. We'll get into this in the season recap show, but Amros was the best coach available. He's been nothing short of spectacular. He's brought a level of sophistication, professionalism that we don't often see in the women's game. His staff is excellent, and they've really built something special here. Not just that, but this
Yeah.
kind of feels sustainable. The future of Gotham is certainly bright. Let's jump over to some fun stuff, which is the 2023 regular season Best Goal Award. And we have the winner. The votes are in. Third place goes to Williams' no-look goal against Chicago. Second place was Esther's brace against Washington. And first place is Ryan. I don't even know what you want to call that. Chess Master Ryan's goal against KC. Looked like a video game. But as promised, I said that I would explain what I meant by I learned something about Gotham FC fans after the first round of voting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the matchups were chosen randomly, but as it turned out, the first round matchups were all one goal outside the box versus a goal inside the box. It was just weird how it worked out that way, and I didn't notice it till like it was towards the end when I was realizing that like Nwsl or Zerboni was not winning. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But again, every matchup, the outside the box goal lost. So what I learned is Gotham fans don't rate bangers. And Gotham fans like their goals scored in the box. They're not impressed by Nwsl, Berninia, Zerboni, Long. I mean, what say you, Ruby? How do you like your goals served?
I like my goals from outside the box.
There you
I don't
go.
know. I feel like it takes a special technique to get those bangers in the net. And I don't want to say scoring inside the box is easier because it's not, but my preference is outside the box. And I have to agree with the fans though. That Ryan goal was just a masterpiece. I think that's one of my top goals as well.
Yeah. As a lifelong defensive midfielder, I definitely appreciate goals from outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, in the end, the fans got it exactly right. What a goal. I mean, remember, y'all, the three teams tied for 31 points, and one of them missed the playoffs. If Yasmin misses, we're not talking about this playoff game right now. Ali Krieger's career is over. Not only a spectacular video game type goal, but it was, again, super important. Yasmin is big time. Well done to her.
Now that you say like a video type of goal, like I feel like if I was the one like with the control in my hands, I'm the type of person that kind of presses like different buttons here and there, makes
Mhm.
a sick move, scores, celebrates, and then I'm like, I don't know how I did that, but it happened.
Yeah, that speed burst she got through the two defenders
Yeah,
was very, very
exactly.
interesting.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Like I would have like moved here, moved there. It
Mhm.
happened. You're like at the end, I'm like, I don't know how it happened, but it happened. But that was amazing. And I know this is not a regular season goal, but like I said, I like goals from outside the box. I have to say that Katie Stengel's goal, banger, outside the box.
Let's get to this game, shall we?
Let's go.
This is uncharted territory for this franchise. According to Gotham, they are the first 6 seed to win their opening playoff match in league history. Gotham heads west to take on reigning champions, the Thorns, the number 2 seed in the playoffs. And Gotham had absolutely outplayed the Caroline Less Courage last time out by defending as a team, and they just executed their game plan to perfection. Now, on the other side, the Thorns, they're not the Courage. They
Mm-hmm.
are a solid team that will punish any mistakes, and they have a killer instinct. They're tops shots on target, they're tops in goals per match, big chances created. They're also the least penalized team, and their defense isn't too bad either. And all I have down here for ref notes is Chesky. Onto the injury report. Now, this is really, really interesting. First, Taylor Smith got moved from questionable or out to season-ending injury, which is a bummer, really a really big bummer. And the good thing on this injury report is Christy Mewis is questionable, and then an interesting note: Yasmin Ryan is questionable. Now, over to this formation. This is Gotham's best 11. It's Purse and Gonzalez and Williams across the top. We got
Mm-hmm.
that young gun midfield of Ryan, Martin, and Sheehan. That back line of Neiswanger, Lopez, Krieger, and Bernina, and Manny Haught, the star who's grown up before our eyes. Now, this bench is a whole nother starting 11. It
Mm-hmm.
is absolutely ridiculous. And we used to talk about this, Ruby, about like beginning of the season when we were like, this roster is ridiculous. And like it seemed like every couple of weeks we get even more ridiculous and even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But just listen to this bench. This is the bench people. Michelle Betos, we got Ellie Jean, Kristen Edmonds, Kelly O'Hara, Mona Shim, Ali Long, Sinead Fairley, Christy Mewis, and Katie Stengel on the bench. Wow.
Whew.
Your thoughts,
Yeah.
Ruby?
Yeah, just the bench, like you said, is ridiculous. But first, I was so happy to see Ryan in the starting 11 because
Mhm.
in the game against North Carolina, she suffered a sprain in her ankle. Nothing serious, but then Gotham added her to the questionable list. So I was like, oh no, hopefully it's not too bad. But then when I saw her in the starting 11, I was like, yes, she's good to go. And it seems like this is our playoff starting 11. Most likely, this is the team that's going to play the final as well. Very strong one.
Yeah, and I got super excited when I saw Christy Mewis in the 18. Welcome back, Christy.
Yes, welcome back. I'm so glad she's back because I'm telling you, we haven't seen her since that minute in the World Cup. And I'm so glad she's good now and she came back just in time. I mean, who doesn't need some Christy Mewis, in their life?
Yeah, agree. Let's talk about this game. And it is pouring in Portland. Now, each team had a really interesting tactical decision. Portland is trying to attack our young outside backs because they pushed Dunn to the wide right and they had Weaver out wide left. And Gotham felt their best attack was to drop Gonzalez into the midfield pretty deep and have Williams as the number 9 to try to get behind Sauerbrunn because Sauerbrunn does not have a lot of speed. And Williams is definitely going to burn you if she can get behind their back line. And for this, I mean, it's just how do you describe this game other than like a stalemate? And this is what playoff games they look like. Both teams are confident, but they're cautious. I think Gotham is not afraid to send a Neiswanger forward, and she gets central as well. Gotham has the better of the chances in this game. Portland's chances are all coming from outside the box, and as Krieger and Lopez are just all over Smith. And let's be honest here. Again, as I said, this game is mostly a stalemate. The highlights from the NWSL, like they go from like minute 1 to minute 30, where you have Neiswanger swinging a ball in, and then Esther almost getting a penalty in the box. Then it jumps all the way to minute 78 because in between that, it is just a physical midfield battle. It was amazing to watch, but it's not something that's going to pop up on a highlight reel.
Hmm.
And Ruby, I just want to get your thoughts on the regular season portion of this game, and then we'll get into some of the moments of the match.
I mean, just like you said in the beginning, the Portland Thorns are a solid team. They're a strong team, and it has been very difficult for Gotham to beat them. And like you said, this team has been winning, and they're also like they're out. They're also the champions from last year. So we knew we had a challenge in our hands going against them. We knew it was going to be a difficult match for Gotham, and like I said in the last episode, Gotham was gonna come out with a different energy, and they did. And also, like you said, they were cautious and confident at the same time in the field, which I noticed, which was really good to see that they were really confident and they were not letting like anything like how the Thorns are a better team. They and Gotham is the underdog. It didn't look like it on the pitch at all because they were really fighting out there. In my opinion, it Gotham dominated the first half, even though they were fighting back and forth. They were a little bit better than the Thorns, and it looked like the Thorns, like some of their players were a little off. because after the Thorns made those changes, I think they took out Rocky Rodriguez and another player. And after they made those changes, there was like a change in the Thorns as well. But yeah, Gotham was dominating that first half there. Incredible work from Ali and Maitane. And by the way, Maitane's timing on the ball, that's just chef's kiss. Great defensive work.
Yeah, if you go back and look at, I posted it on over Gotham Pod on Twitter, her heat map, it's like, I mean, she could have started a fire on the right side of the field. She had just covered so much ground, and just that whole bottom right hand side of the field was hers. She
Yeah.
owned it. It was an incredible match. And credit to both teams. Yes, it ended 0-0, but wow, what a game. Portland is the highest scoring team in the league by a lot, and Gotham made it impossible for them to get inside the 18.
Yep.
Neiswanger was incredible in this match, not only dealing with Crystal Dunn, one of the best players the U.S. has ever produced, but she was also the majority of the offense during the regular part of the game. And let's just get some of the moments and the players. And can we just talk about Ali Krieger? Heavens, Ruby! I've never seen a central defender cover the ground that she did in this match. She outfoxed Smith at every turn, and she's one of the top 5 strikers in the world. She was tracking 20 yards upfield, cutting off passes like she was jumping routes like Ed Reed for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm old. Then going stride for stride with Smith on the backside next. I mean, she was putting out fires all night long. Amazing.
And she's been doing this all season long. She's been doing this. Krieger is just insane. And they posted a video today on Instagram of her like trainings and workouts and everything that she's been doing, and how in that video you see how hard she's been training to perform at the level that she is performing. She doesn't miss a beat out there. My respects to her. She's just a beast, a real beast on the pitch. She was able to play 120 minutes like a champ. 2 out of 2 tackles won, 16 recoveries and 9 clearances. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. We also have to talk about the keeper. I think Mandy Haught is becoming an incredible keeper right in front of our eyes.
Yep, she really is. I mean, Mandy freaking Haught, player of the match for this game. And like she loves to say, she's electric. She's
Mm-hmm.
electric. And I just noticed today, because I know I had a video from one of like the post games the like conferences that we do, like a mix zone, where I have a video of Mandy Haught and her first 90-minute game. And she says the same thing. It was electric. So I
That's
have to
fun.
post it. Yeah, I'm gonna post like those both videos, like make a little edit and post it later on Instagram and all
Uh,
the socials. But let me tell you a little bit about Mandy Haught. She was drafted by Sky Blue FC in the 2020 NWSL draft. Then Haught appeared in a 1-1 draw at home against Kansas City in 2021 season with Sky Blue FC. Then Haught spent the 2022 season in Sweden, where she was named I don't even know how to say this, Norrbotten's Female Player of the Year after starting every game, recording 7 shutouts and becoming one of the only 3 players in the league to play every single minute. Then she had her first 90-minute game for Gotham in April of this year, 2023. And now she got to play in the playoffs, and hopefully she'll play in the finals because she deserves it.
she definitely does. It was an incredible performance. Yes, she did pull a Mandy and take on another player.
Oh my God, yeah.
I used to call it the Sheridan, and now it's like when like a artist covers a song and like they just kind of do it better, or it becomes their song. It's like, yeah, it's Mandy's now. That's what she does. She was commanding, she was strong, she was calm, and that's a lot from a young keeper. In the 78th minute, Krieger takes an amazing 2v1 angle, And at the last second, Allie always does the little things that are just so important, but she takes the right angle, and then at the last second, she cuts towards the end line, which makes the pass coming across have to go into Mandy's path.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a little thing, but it's amazing if you slow it down and watch that. And Mandy takes the right angle, and the last second springs towards Smith, gets the ball from her. It was amazing. And then just to see Mandy get up, turn around, and Krieger's behind her,
Yeah.
right? Like she was all the way over there, and now she's behind Mandy just in case, and it's crazy. But Mandy gets up and she just does this like "let's go" to Krieger. It was a really cool kind of like warrior mutual acknowledgement moment. It was really cool. Just so proud of her, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to see her on the big stage. It's
That's
gonna be
really
good.
awesome. And you know, every time, now that you say she pulls at Mandy, every time she pulls at Mandy, I feel like my stomach drops. You know, like when
Mhm.
you're in the roller coaster and you go down, like it drops. I feel like my stomach just drops every time she does that. I'm like, oh my God.
Mhm.
But hey, she's been nailing it.
Yeah. Let's also talk about obviously like a game changer right off the bench. We haven't seen her in a while, but welcome back, Christy Mewis. Her return was excellent.
Yeah. Can you ask for a better return than having an assist to the game winning goal in the 107th minute? That's just
Yeah,
incredible.
immediate impact. And it's been over 150 days since we last saw Christy on the pitch, and she gets her first two touches on the ball. And I immediately say to myself, okay, everything goes through Christy from now on because she just sees the game differently. She starts with those progressive passes, and Gotham, as soon as she starts getting on the ball, Gotham surges forward. And right before she gets on the field, Portland's starting to get better at the game. They're starting to get
Mhm.
momentum going, and Christy just changes it, shifts the momentum right away. And she starts the play that leads to the goal, and she gets the assist on that. Just, she's a special, special player. What an impact. Again, welcome back, Christy. Then let's just get into it, Ruby. Katie's banger.
Whew. Katie's banger. I feel like Katie has been like that key player that got Gotham to where they are right now. When all the players were out in the World Cup, she came in like to Gotham on a loan. And from the start, she was like a game changer player. Through that time, she was scoring every other game. And
Yeah,
and she made a really big impact in Gotham. And that's why she got a contract with Gotham. Now that's why she's here. And after this banger, we know why she's here. She's been incredible for Gotham, and thank God we have her.
absolutely. And we're going to talk about this on our season recap show, but all the little heroes along the way that stepped in when we were just, maybe, I guess it came down to goal differential. So all those little things when Lynn was putting the team on the back in the beginning of the season, when Katie came in, turned we were like we didn't scored in two games, and then we were
Hmm.
just putting goals back in the back of the net. Those little things I can't wait to talk about those the season ending show. I'm sure I can do this, but I'm sure that most Gotham fans could probably draw that goal from memory because they've seen it so many times. And during the game, it felt like a stalemate. And I'm like, you know what? At this point, Gotham just needs a hero. I put that out into the world. And
Yeah.
then Portland started to get a little bit more momentum. And then you can't strike a ball any better than that. She
Yep.
has soft feet to bring that pass down. She finds that small bit of space. Perfect technique, power, pace, precision. Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. And you were calling her Saint Stangle.
Yeah, we were having fun over there on Twitter. Yeah. So let's also talk about this. There's a high moment, and I don't know how to describe this moment, but there's just redemption for Sinead Fairley and Mana Shim.
We all know that, Ali Krieger is retiring at the end of the season, and nobody wanted to be her last game. But at the same time, I feel like Gotham went out there also for Fairley and Shim because it really means a lot for them, this game being back in Portland with Gotham. They came back this year to play soccer again after everything that came out. So I think this was as well for them. This win was as well for them. So I love it.
Yeah, that picture of them at the end of the game is just it's something truly emotional and special. And as we said, it's just a little bit of redemption. I can't. Again, I'm going to go back to this again. I can't wait to the season ending recap. There's going to be so much to talk about for the stories of this
Yes.
team throughout the season. We have to do a couple episodes. It's crazy. It is just truly remarkable. I'm so happy for both of them. And yeah, then let's also talk about, as we talked about earlier, this roster, this ridiculous roster, and this is a roster that is just simply built to win.
Yeah, it definitely is. And this roster wasn't made, overnight. This roster was made strategically, like over time, bringing key players. We brought Williams to start off with. We gave our number one spot in the draft to bring Williams. And we brought Niswonger, who has been another incredible player for Gotham, who is a rookie but doesn't even look like a rookie on the pitch. She's just been incredible for Gotham. She's running for Rookie of the Year. The news is not out yet, but we've been saying this all season long. She is, and I'm pretty sure she will be Rookie of the Year. And if she's not, is rigged.
Yeah, agree. When Portland was bringing on players that are rookies and second level players, Gotham was bringing on Ali Long. They were bringing in Christy Mewis, Sinead Fairley, Katie Stengel, of course. And they're just
O'Hara.
yeah, O'Hara, yeah, killers, a lot of them. And just having that ridiculous bench just allows you to take a little bit more risks, and you can take yellow cards because you know that, all right. So if Martin's in yellow card trouble, what are you going to do? Bring on Ali Long? Not much of a drop off there.
I know.
If Sinead or Sheehan gets in trouble, you bring on Christy Mewis. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then after like chasing Purse around and Williams around for 90 minutes, here comes these players, and it's just incredible. Gotham can. I said this early on in the season that Gotham can put pressure on teams and keep pressure on teams because they're just so deep.
Yeah, the level and the standard of all these players is so high. Like you said, even if a player is injured or doesn't play that day for whatever reason, like we still have like someone else that is as good as the player that can't play. So that's really good for the team, and not all teams can say that.
Yeah, we lost an MVP type candidate and Abby Smith. Here comes Mandy Haught.
Yep.
And she's excellent. And honestly, this was all incredible. It was an absolute party over there on Twitter. You guys should all join us at Over Gotham Pod. This fan base deserves all of this. All that fun we were having over there, we deserve all of it. In Cloud9, they deserve all of this. And I'm just so happy for all of us to kind of have that little bit of moment where we're all just having fun. This is over a decade with this team, and this is the first time we've been in this position in the NWSL. And
Yeah.
I said this from the beginning of the season, Ruby, and this team feels like a team of destiny. So far, Gotham has played incredible defense, and they have taken all their opportunities. These are incredibly competent performances, and they are simply just taking care of business. They took out the Challenge Cup champions and last year's champions, and they just got one more to go.
Yes. I mean, we have been manifesting this for Gotham for years. We manifested this like last year as well. It didn't work out last year, but I guess it kind of like carried over, kind of like the rollover minutes back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. It must be said, Ruby, this was a pretty well refed game. I know it's easy to let that crowd influence you. I think Chesky called it pretty even. And thank you, Chesky. Thank you, thank you, thank you for not giving Ali Krieger a red
Oh,
card for grabbing onto Smith. So thank you again, Chesky.
yeah, I agree with you. And also this game felt different and looked different. It's just it was really well organized. This is what Jesus Boteo calls organized chaos.
Yes, this is exactly what it was. And I think this also has to be said. There's something that's been like just bugging me since this game, and it's been like in my head, and I can't get it out of my head. Now, that moment where Ali Krieger just grabs onto Sophia Smith, like I can't see what's happening behind her. I don't know if there's another defender behind her that she sees that I cannot see in the video. But of all players, Ali Krieger knows what time it is in that game. She knows where she is on the field. She knows exactly what she's doing by grabbing Smith. She risked a red card at the end of this game and her forfeit her final appearance, the thing she's been working for her entire career, just because it was the right thing to do for the team. It
Mm-hmm.
was she did the most unselfish thing I've ever seen any soccer player do. She was risking everything for that. And again, I'll never forget that moment. Again, we talk about like those moments, like that moment where Allie's coming across the back line and she clears the ball off the line. Like that's going to stick with me. But I think even more than that, this moment, if we do win everything, that moment's going to be like, that is the moment. I'm so unselfish. Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, I mean, we know that if Krieger wouldn't have done that, we know Smith has the speed, and now she's back healthy. It would have been kind of game over for Gotham. So if Ali Krieger wouldn't have like locked her in to like avoid any type of danger for Mandy Hot, we knew like probably the Thorns would have like scored a goal. But like you said, she was being unselfish and she did that for the team. Yeah, that was probably a red card, but also that it was probably a penalty for Gotham when Portland's keeper brought Gonzalez down. So I guess we're just even.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's go to some post game quotes. Now, Stengel says, even when she was at Gotham on loan, she said it felt like home. Everyone had the same ideology and they were all bought in. She adds, we're all fighting to make sure Ali Krieger keeps playing.
That's so awesome. And it's even like more special when a player that's here just on loan says that they made her feel like home, because
Mhm.
I feel like that's when you perform the best as well. When someone makes you feel welcome, like they want you to be there. It doesn't matter if you're there for just a short period of time. So that says a lot about Gotham.
It does. And that little line there where she's like, it felt like home, it's a pretty powerful line considering
Mm-hmm.
how she's been through this league. She's been overseas and it's amazing it says a lot to the environment that Amaros and his coaching staff have built here. And I agree with her that this team looks completely bought in. Again, credit to Amaros and his staff. Yael mentioned last week that the players that are on board, they're on board with being on the bench, even if because they feel they had fairly had their shot. And again, look at that bench. I can absolutely imagine a scenario where that isn't the case. But again, everybody's bought in and they get across that line together.
Yep. The bats fly together.
Yep. And on the squad depth, Amaro says this is a squad of 26 players where everyone is important at certain points of the season, and every player has been instrumental.
They really have at different times. Like we mentioned, even just by the voting that we had for the goals of the regular season, every goal that we put in that pool it's has been instrumental for Gotham to get to where they are right now. Adley Long, Sorboni, Bruninha, Nicewanger, scoring, defending. They win together or they lose together. But I love now that they're winning. Like they're such a great team together. I feel like they're like family. Sometimes I see them and I'm like, it feels so good to see them like get along so well. Like it doesn't seem fake. It doesn't seem like they're like fighting or like there's any like jealousy in the team. They all work together to reach the same goal.
Yeah, and we are now the top rated team on FOTMOB as a whole. And I can't remember a bad performance from like really any player this season. Every player has been solid, and even like switching positions, like Nicewanger at left back, she's been amazing. Martin at defensive midfielder, incredible. It's been locked in performances. Everyone's playing for each other. Everyone's playing this system perfectly. It's unreal.
Yeah, everyone has each other's back.
And so, what are your stat of the game, Ruby?
Well, I have actually two stats for you from Opta Jack. So first one is Katie Stengel's goal was just the second extra time goal scored from outside the box in NWSL history. The other goal was Davina's goal against Oil Rain in 2019. And my second stat is Mandy Hott joins Kingsbury to keep a clean sheet in over 120 minutes in a playoff match.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. We haven't given up a goal in the playoffs, which is amazing. This team has been playing incredible
Yes.
defense. Now, shout out to Taylor Vincent, who's been doing a wonderful job covering this league and the Portland Thorns and all that. Put out on Twitter that the Rookie of the Year finalist Jenna Neiswanger led the team with passes in the final third at 27, 2 chances created, 5 crosses into the box, 8 possessions won. She won 4 out of 5 tackles. She had 6 duels won, and she did also get 3 shots on
Wow.
target. Incredible. Amazing for the rookie. And let's get to the player of the week. So let's player of the game on Twitter over Gotham Pod. I was having so much fun with this poll. Now, usually I don't create these polls to like the last possible second because anything can happen. But I'm telling y'all, when Katie scored her goal, I immediately started this poll because I know somewhere in my being I was like, "This is over. It is over." I'm telling you guys this because if it didn't end up being over, then I would never tell you this because it would be embarrassing. But I did this and it was over. So I was having so much fun. So the categories were everyone, Krieger, Stengel, and just party. And everyone won at 33%, 2 points higher than Krieger at 31%. Ruby, what do you think?
First of all, I want to say like the poll has like 100 exclamation marks in it. It's insane. And also, one of the best ones here in the poll is the party one. Just party. But even though I want to say party, I have to say everyone because everyone works so hard. They really did work so hard to get to the final. So I'm just gonna say everyone.
Yeah, that's what was in my heart at the time. All those exclamation points. So I know this is a super scientific poll, but I agree with the fans. However, friends, Katie is undervalued at 12%. Remember,
Yeah.
this is Katie who just scored the game-winning goal, and she's
Yeah.
at 12%, which brings it all the way back to the beginning of the podcast where Gotham fans don't rate goals from outside the box. So
I
we
guess.
went full circle with that one.
Right? But I think probably if you would have said Stengel or hugs for Stengel, it would have had like a higher percentage.
Yeah, poor Katie. Poor Katie. But I agree with the fans. All these answers are correct, every one of them. But also, Mandy is also correct, and Jen is also correct. I don't know why. I'm just having fun here. Okay, let's get to this. Let's get over to we are in the finals now, and our
Woo!
next opponent is the OL Reign, the last stand of last stands. Megan Rapinoe versus Ali Krieger. Both teams looking for their first championship, and if you are the NWSL, I can't imagine you could have drawn up a better scenario. This is a game that you can promote. Now, Gotham, first we went to North Carolina and completely dominated an excellent Courage team. Then we went to Portland in a hostile environment, in a downpour, took every single punch the reigning champs could throw at them, and came out victorious. Gotham looks like a team right now that can beat anybody. Now, OL, they're not the Courage. They're not Portland. This is a veteran heavy team that plays simple soccer. They like to get down the flanks and cross in after cross in after cross in. They are the most experienced midfield in the league, and this is going to be going against one of the most inexperienced midfields in the league that Gotham has. Your thoughts on this matchup, Ruby?
Yeah, I feel like we're the underdogs again against this team. But if we remember well, last time that Gotham played OL Reign, and it was actually in Seattle, so they were away. We have been the best away team in the league. That game, Gotham won 4-1. The goal scorers were Neiswanger, Williams, Smith, and Bruninha. So 4-1. And at that time, the Oil Reign didn't have Lavelle. So now they're going to play with Lavelle and Lotsko. So I think the danger here will be Lotsko for Gotham. She's been doing really, really well in the last 2 games for Oil Reign. She's been scoring and like just pretty much keeping the team alive. But at that time as well, we didn't have Midge. So now we have Midge back. We added from there to now, we have added Gonzalez, Lopez, Stengel, which have been really good players, key players for Gotham. So I think we have a solid and strong team to go against Oil Rain. Even though they have a more better veteran team, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they have more experience because Gotham also has very, very good players and talented players. We have the speed on the top. Or we have, if you guys remember, last year there was a lot of issues in the midfield. I think even though we have a young midfield, those issues are not there anymore. We have like controlled these issues there. And what about the back line? Our defense is really, really strong. Last time we played with Gene. This time we have Maitana Lopez, who has been incredible for Gotham. So I think and I know Gotham has this game in their pocket.
Yeah, it's time to get really excited, folks. I think that of all the matchups that we were going to be facing in this playoffs, I think that this is the one that Gotham matches up the best against. Because, I mean, the strength of OL is on the flanks, and Gotham owns the flanks, which is, again, OL is going to have a rough time getting service in. And as you mentioned, that 4-1 game, they got one cross off in that game because Nina and Niswanger are just all over the pitch. And obviously, you have Williams tracking back, and now we're going to have Midge tracking back. It's going to be very, very hard for them. Now, we pinned them in their half for most of that game as well. And again, we put 4 goals on them. I'm super excited about this matchup. I think we can really put a hurting on them. And I said at the beginning of the playoffs that this young midfield would make or break this run. And I think they've been incredible so far. And, OL's midfield is scary. We got Fishlock, Sonnet, and Lavelle. Courage and Portland were more physical battles. I think this one's going to be more of a tactical challenge. I'm just really excited for it. And I think Gotham's going to win this one.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting game. It's going to be a very good final for everyone to watch. But I think that Gotham will succeed as well if they keep pressing the defense. The defense presses the strikers coming. They don't have to give any space to them or like no space, no time for them to like shoot. But then again, we also have Mandy Hot on the net, so I think we'll be good.
Yeah. So what we manifest this week?
So we've been manifesting to get to the finals, and they did. So now the last thing is let's win a championship.
Yes, Ali Krieger, Captain Krieger said there's plan A and then there's plan A. And we are manifesting plan A, which is winning the championship.
Exactly.
Yes.
Plan A is the only option.
Correct. Random thoughts before we go.
Oh, not really. Well, like I said in the beginning, I'm in Texas and I don't know. I'm so ready to go back home, honestly. I'm so ready to go back to Jersey. I've been eating a lot in this trip because they have like so much food for like it's like a conference here in Texas. So they have like breakfast and then they have like random breaks and they have food. And I've just been eating so much that I'm gonna go home and kind of hate myself. But that's why I want to go home too. I miss my wife too. So oh, by the way, is there any like have they announced any of the like watch parties? We're not able to go to San Diego, so we're gonna have to like I wanna like go watch it somewhere maybe.
Yeah, I work on Saturdays, so I would have to. I'm going to leave straight from work if I go to one of these things. But right now, I think there's one in Philly, which is like an hour and 40 from me, and then I'm sure there's going to be one probably Jersey City, which is another hour and 40 from me. I'm tired of driving. All right, I'll see if there's one
last
closer.
one.
yeah, we'll see. But Ruby, also obviously for everybody follow Cloud9 Goth on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. They're the ones who are going to have all the watch parties. They're going to clue you in. So follow them and then get a membership while you're there. So Ruby, I think either last week or the week before that, I said that I went into one of the Kohl's and they started playing like Christmas music and stuff like that. And I just wasn't ready for it. I don't know. Maybe it's because like how like depressing sometimes the world can be. But I'm ready for Christmas right now. Like I
Oh,
think I'm going to put up my tree this weekend and just
what?
decorate the house. I'm going to go full on Hallmark Christmas movie. Everything I do, you're going to see my studio next weekend is going to be all lit up,
Oh, let's go.
just
I love
ready
it.
to
I
go.
mean, Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. So I love Christmas. Usually I put my Christmas tree like the day after Thanksgiving. But I don't know. I was thinking the other day, maybe I should just start decorating and then.
Yeah, let's just do it. First present under the tree is an NWSL championship. That's what's going to happen.
Woo! Hell yeah. But let me tell you, here at the hotel where I'm staying, like everything is Christmas out. Everything. So like I'm feeling the spirit.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Be super positive. Let's get to this game. Let's cheer this team on. Let's yell at our TVs. Let's start dancing early because we're gonna win this thing. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, everyone. This is Gary. Thank you for listening and supporting our project. Here are other ways you can support the show and connect with us. First, word of mouth is everything. So please share our show with anyone who might listen. Also, please rate us 5 stars on Spotify and review us on iTunes. You can purchase our merchandise at the TeePublic store. Join in the conversation on Twitter at OverGothamPod and Instagram at SoccerOverGotham. Lastly, you can email your thoughts and questions at soccerovergotham@gmail.com. Once again, thank you.